Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. We have a few birthdays and a few events to cover in today's episode. Looks like we're kind of out of focus a little bit, but I think that'll clear up here in just a second. So we have a few events, and none of them are Cup Series. They're all NASCAR related in some degree. So we're going to start in 1982 at Rockingham during the now Xfinity Series, but then it was the Budweiser Late Model Sportsman Series. David Pearson won the only race of his career in that series. Of course, this was the first year of the series, still getting its legs. Not sure if this race was a rainout from the spring or why it was scheduled so late in the year, but this is the only win that David would have in that series. I'm sure he has sportsman wins pre-1982, but they don't count towards what is now the Xfinity Series total. On this day in 1998, in the ASA race at I-70 Speedway, Adam Petty wins his only race in that division. Of course, sadly, Adam would lose his life just a couple of years later in the Busch Series practice at Loudon. And on this day in 1999, I guess we do have a Cup-related event here. And this may be the last time that this has happened. I'm sure we'll find out as we continue to deep dive in this series. But on this day in 1999, Dale Jr. won the Busch race at Watkins Glen, and Jeff Gordon won the Cup race at Sonoma. This might be the last time in NASCAR history that the what is now the Cup and the Xfinity Series ran on the same day at different tracks. Of course, they run same-day events now with rainouts or scheduling conflicts or what have you. But unless there's one that maybe has been like Hickory and Talladega or something like that, where there was two separate tracks run on the same day, this might be the last time in NASCAR history that that has happened. So let's go to some birthdays. A couple I don't have cards for, born on this date in 1985. Nico Rosberg, son of former Formula One champion Keke Rosberg. Born on this day in 1963. I thought maybe I had one, but when I looked on the trading card database site and found that he only had 2 cards, I knew I didn't have one because I looked and seen what they were. Born on this date in 1963, Mr. Robbie Reiser. Of course, he had a lot of success with Matt Kenseth in the both Busch Series and in the Cup Series, and I believe he still works. Does he still work at Roush? I don't think he still works at Roush anymore. I know he's on the Scene Vault podcast, and that has slipped my mind what he does now. So anyway, let's get to the other birthdays that we have some cards for. Born on this date in 1939, passed away in 2014, former Busch Series car owner, Mr. Ed Whitaker. And there you can see him posing beside Harry Gant's Busch car. We'll flip these over and let you read each of the cards. Ed was a car owner in the Busch Series from, of course, 1982, the onset of the season, through the mid to late 90s. I do know that Dale Jr. ran a Busch race for Mr. Whitaker at Bristol. Started on the outside pole. I don't have a birth date or a birth year for the next person, but he is the son of a former Cup Series driver and former winner in the Busch Series. Ricky Mast. So we have Ricky here on the action-packed, is it 94 or 95? 94 action-packed R&R subset. So Rick with his son, Ricky. I believe Ricky now works for Braves, Atlanta Braves, in their like hosting a podcast and in their PR department. So happy birthday to Ricky Mast. Up next, born on this date in 1927, but was killed in 1957 during the running of the Southern 500, Mr. Bobby Myers. Famous part of the Myers brothers, his brother, of course, Billy. So here's back of this card. We've seen these cards when we've done our deep dive into that set. And here's the back of this. And if you notice, Bobby Myers is the father of one Chocolate Myers. So that would have been the 1957 Southern 500 that Bobby Myers tragically lost his life. And our final birthday, also born on this day in 1963, same day as Robbie Reiser, former Truck Series and Busch Series champion and Cup Series Rookie of the Year, and ASA champion. A lot of accolades here. Feel this guy has always been underrated, but just never had the talent to show what he could do. Mr. Johnny Benson. So Benson's foray into Cup came in late 1993, replacing Jack Sprague at this 74 car, the Staff America car. 1994, he'd go on to win his first Busch Series race, as well as Rookie of the Year. 1995, he dabbled in the Truck Series for a car owner named Kurt Rourke. Ran for a couple seasons part-time there. Then he's back in the 74 car full-time Busch Series 95, becomes the champion. And there's a good look. It's about the only picture that I have of the 74 Lipton T car. 96 and 97, he goes to Cup for Bahari Racing, replacing Michael Waltrip at the Pennzoil car. 98 and 99, he moves over to that horrible experiment at Roush Racing with the Cheerios car. Of course, he missed the 98 Daytona 500 after being in a last lap wreck in the qualifying race. Then in 2000, he went over to Tyler Jet Motorsports. There's a couple pictures there prior to some sponsorship that come on board. But Brock Beard has a pretty cool video called Johnny in the Fast White Car, which chronicles this whole deal where they had the sponsorship and didn't have it and so forth. They did pick up Lycos for a little while, then Lycos quit paying the bills, so the team pulled the decals off. They thought they were going to have to shut down. Aaron's ended up coming on board for the rest of the season. He did move to the Truck Series, won a title there. Don't have any cards there. Don't really have a lot of memories of him running in the trucks. I didn't get to watch a lot of it then. Here is the car that Johnny raced at the Suzuka race in 96. It's a good picture of the Pennzoil car. Then in 97, they added a little striping and a little bit of black trim to it. We talked about the Cheerios car, and we've only got a couple pictures of that. We do not have any of the Tyler Jet number 10 Lycos car, though. But those are our birthdays and events for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. It really, really would mean a lot. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.